Hiya, welcome to Silver Vinny Stitches. My name's Jenny and this is my channel all about the cross stitch that I'm doing. I have got finishes today, I have got works in progress, I've got a haul, and at the end I'll do a bit of a life update because now that stuff's opening up again in the UK, I actually have life updates, which I've not had the last few times. So I haven't got any fully finished objects, but I do have some finishes. Most of these are from Mania. This time for Mania, I decided that I would do 15 mini starts in 30 days, and they're all going to be mini Christmas designs, and that way by the time I come to Christmas I'm going to be fine and I'll have all my cards that I'll just need to make up and send out. So I've got some finishes on those. I'll just try and get them all in order. The first one I did was try and... Problem is, they're all from old magazines that I've cut patterns out of, so I don't necessarily know who the designer is or what magazine it's come from. It just depends the pages I cut it out from. This one is from Cross Stitch Crazy. I don't know which edition, but it says "'Tis the Season." And I've been wanting to stitch this design for literally years. I did one a bit like this and made it into an ornament for somebody for an exchange, and it was really, really pretty. And yeah, so I've got it now. It's on sort of just a kind of natural sort of rustic Ada from my local LNS, just an offcut, and it's count 16. So I really enjoy doing that one. And I've got another one that I'm going to do later, which I think, yeah, is this one here, Apologia Christmas. And I really want to do this one, but I can't remember where I put the pattern, but I've done it before in the past, so I must have it somewhere. Yes, and all my Mania ones are done on scraps of fabric, and they're all just using random anchor threads that I've pulled from my stash, so they may not be the correct colours. This next one isn't finished. Basically I work on them for 2 days. If they're not finished, they get put aside, and when I go on holiday next month I'm going to take them all with me and finish them off then. Oop, I'm dropping them. So that's the next one. It's on opalescent 14 count Ada, and I did actually use etoile, but you can't really see, and to be honest, I think because I've used such sparkly fabric, you can't really see the sparkle of the toile come through. Sorry if this offends anybody, but it is over sparkle. I think I would have been better doing it on something plain so that then the sparkle would have shown properly. So there's that one. I've no idea which magazine that one came from, because I've photocopied them and I've just missed that bit off. This is another one that I didn't get finished. It's a design by Julian Jones, and it's just on opalescent Ada again, and it's Santa. So I've got quite a bit actually to finish off on him, because there's supposed to be background down there and another present and a lot of back stitching to finish off. So I think there's only 2 that I haven't finished, and those are the ones that I hadn't finished. And this is another one of the Julian Jones. It's the same pattern, oh not the same pattern, it's the same set that the Santa was from, I think. He was really cute to stitch up, he was really fun. Quite a lot of French knots though, because all his mouth was French knots. So yeah, there's that one. I don't know what magazine he came from either. Then I've got, focus, this cute little bird. And he was really, really quick to stitch up. I did him in 1 day, and some of the others, you know, they're taking more than 2 days, but yeah, he just seemed to go really, really quickly. He's absolutely gorgeous. So I've got more of the birds that I want to do, and they were from Ultimate Cards, but I say I don't know which one. And I don't think I've got any pictures I can show you of the finished designs without showing you the patterns. That's the problem with magazines sometimes. Or sometimes it's like I've done this little bird. The next one, I think that's another Dorian Jones one. And he just doesn't have a picture of him finished in the magazine. So they've got pictures of some of the other ones, but for that particular design there just wasn't anything that I could show you. So, but luckily I've got him all finished. So he was really fun to stitch, and I love the pink and the purple. So yeah, so that's all as far as I've got with the Mania. I wasn't feeling too good yesterday, and I should have started another one yesterday, but I didn't. I'm suffering from a bit of sciatica at the moment, and it can be quite sore to sit down, so I'm not always wanting to stitch when I do sit down. So that's all my finishes and Mania. And then I've got some work in progress, and I have a work in progress that isn't actually cross stitch, but I will show you it. It's a baby blanket for my neighbour, who I started this blanket when she was 12 weeks pregnant. She's now due to give birth next week, and this is as far as I've got. So not very far at all, but it's a really cute little pattern actually. Little sort of more shell designs. I don't do an awful lot of crochet. I prefer stitching. But when she said she was having a baby, I was like, oh well, I'll do her a pattern, a blanket. So it doesn't really show the middle of the blanket, but this is what the edge of the blanket's going to look like. But I've not chosen to do them the colours of this blanket, of the blanket there. I've chosen them to do them in pinks. So I have that one and that one. So if I hold it up together with the white, absolutely gorgeous colours. Totally not going to get it finished when she has a baby. She's having a C-section, so there's absolutely no chance of her having another couple of weeks to wait till baby arrives if it decided to come late. I also don't think I've got enough wool, enough yarn to finish off. So I'm going to have to buy some more. So probably another month or so before I get it done. It's quite a slow blanket to crochet because I've got to be really careful. Because I found out this morning that it was starting to curve inwards this way. It wasn't straight. It was leaning in. So I had to pull out about that much of the pattern and redo it, and that was 2 days worth of work, which was a bit annoying. But it's slow progress. But it's fun to stitch. Fun to crochet. Because it's not stitching. Because it's not yarn. No, floss. Who knows? I've worked on my one of my Harry Potter pieces. I took advantage of the fact that we actually had decent weather a couple of weeks ago, and I could get outside to stitch on this piece. Because it's dark Ada, like black Ada, I'm struggling to see the holes a bit inside, so I've been enjoying sitting out in the sun, but the sun pretty much hasn't been there for about a week and a half, and there's no sign of it coming back. So that is the pattern, how it will look when it's finished. And this is how far I've got with it. Not particularly far. I think that's the right way up. Yes, that's the right way up. Yeah. So you can see the deer's head is coming in here. I'm not sure. The background it's stitched in black thread, and I don't know if I want to bother because the fabric's black. So I might actually pull out this blue and just literally have the deer. But I'm going to wait till the end to decide that. But it's coming out really nicely. You can see the beginning of an owl here. But they didn't have a sample stitched. Is it sample stitched? No one had stitched a sampler of it anyway. For the shop, it was just sort of the picture on the computer. So I don't actually know how it's going to turn out. So first time I bought anything without somebody having stitched it and we've been able to see it. So that's that one. And then this one's in the hoop. That's why I can't stick. So I will actually take it out the hoop so you can see it better. There you go. So this is my Apologia for the Rings piece. So it's going to end up looking like that. Can you see? Oh yeah. And I am still stitching the blue at the top. I feel like I've been stitching blue forever. But we're getting there. We can see we're sort of starting to get the mottled effect coming in. I'm stitching it in bands so that I only have to pay attention to the pattern for every other colour change, and then I can just infill the middle without kind of paying attention. But I think I'm just about beginning to get to the top of the mountains over here. So, and after that I can move down onto the fellowship. So I'm a very, 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 very long way off finishing on that one, and I'm stitching on it. Whenever I finished a Mania piece, I'm stitching on that one, but it just doesn't feel like I'm making any progress on it. Every night I do seem to do loads of it, and I look at it and I realise how much more I've got to do, just the sky. So that's that one. And the other thing that I've worked on has been, I think this is my new start. I don't think I showed it before. And I don't actually know if I've got a cover photo of it. Because during Jones hasn't put up cover photos. It's just the actual pattern. But I'll hold it up and I'll try and get you one for next time. So it says Happy Halloween, and there's going to be pumpkins on the other side, and then there's going to be a grey cat with a hat on in the middle. It's really fun to do. It's on count 14. I've forgotten the name of the Ada. It is on my Instagram, and I'll try and write it below in the comments. But it's supposed to be grey, and it's not grey, it's brown. I wanted it to be like, you know, sort of spooky mist. And to be honest, it hasn't come out anything like it, really. I should have contacted the dyer, which I can't remember who it was. It was either, I think it was Lakeside Needlework, because if it says grey in the description, I expect it to be grey. Although I know that you can get differences in the dyes, but this is definitely brown. It's not grey. Anyway, so that one's really fun to stitch on anyway, and I'm enjoying it, even if the Ada isn't absolutely 100% perfect and what I wanted. I'm just looking at my list to see what else I need to talk about. I have purchases. I finally purchased a video editing software, and I was excitedly telling my husband how I'd be able to input photos now because I found out how to do that. And then I realised I don't have any photos of what my projects look like previous. So I think next time I'll be able to input photos if I take a picture of them now. And then hopefully I can start doing other things with my with the video editing software as well, and make my channel a little bit kind of me. I suppose, yeah, a little bit more me. So yeah, I've got the video editing software. I've not had a massive amount of purchases since stuff is starting to open up again. I have had an absolute ton of medical appointments. Everything from having fillings fixed to having injection in my knee to having COVID vaccines and chiropractic appointments, podiatrist appointments. I literally have had just about every medical appointment as possible to have, and I shoved them all into about 2 weeks. So that has been a little bit crippling on my bank account, because a lot of the medical things that I need I can't have done on the NHS. So we haven't had much money to play with this month, and I really thought I would. And then 3 days ago, I was outside sat with my mum and dad in the garden, and I noticed that one of my bunny rabbits wasn't right. I will try and insert a photo of her here. I'll do that so I remind myself. And she couldn't stand and she couldn't walk, and she was just rolling about and flopping around her cage and was really distressed. And breathing, and she just seemed so distressed. So we rang up the vet and got her straight in, and it turned out she'd had what they think is a mini bleed on the brain, and it had affected her balance, and they were pretty much like, take her home, intensively care for her overnight, and we'll see how she is in the morning, but if she's no better, we'll have to put her down. Luckily, she is improved quite drastically. I got up at 2 a.m. with her, and she was exactly the same, still unable to walk and move. I got up at 6 a.m. to check on her, and she was sitting up, looking around, alert, a bit wobbly, but she was able to kind of hop around her little cage that we've done for her in the house. So it's all going good. She had a checkup the other day, and the vet said she could be absolutely fine, or she could have another one, or they could have misdiagnosed, and it could be a cancer which has come on really quickly. So we've got our fingers crossed, because she's 10 and a half, so she's really old for a bunny. So our treatment options are very limited for her. They probably won't do surgery if it's anything like cancer. So we'll have to see how she goes. But she seems at the moment to be doing well, but that was very expensive for my purse, because I don't have my bunny rabbits insured. I never bothered. It's 10 years ago. Rabbit insurance wasn't quite so available as it is, and 10 years ago there was an awful lot less they could do for rabbits if they were ill than they can do now. Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully she'll be all right. I might, even in the best scenario, we're looking at another 2 years of life for her. So fingers crossed she's okay, because I absolutely love my bunnies, as you can tell from the name of my channel. So that was that. So yeah, I haven't had much money to be able to spend, but I have purchased a few patterns that were on Etsy that I was worried that if I left it, the Etsy store might close down, anything like that. But I have got Bag End in the Shire. Now, I saw somebody had done this. I think it was Stitch Mania or something. There's the designer, Maria Bravoco, I think. It's, I think, a Russian designer. But somebody had stitched this up. And again, it wasn't one where anybody had stitched it. In the shops, you could see what it looked like. But actually, when she'd stitched it up, the woman on Facebook, it looked absolutely gorgeous. And I thought I definitely have to get that. So I've got that one to do. Because the old nursery for my son, we're probably not having any more children. We're just going to have the one. So his old nursery, I'm thinking of turning into like a library reading room with like floor to ceiling shelves for my books. And I'm planning to decorate it with cross stitch patterns that I've done that are all kind of based around literature and books that I really enjoy. So this is another quote. What's not all who wander are lost. So it's another sort of token kind of quote from Lord of the Rings. And I have been looking for a pattern that I liked for this design literally for months and months. And I managed to find one on Etsy. So I wanted to get that one as soon as possible. Again, neither of these designs I've got any Ada for. I haven't looked at floss for them either. Because this month I'm not going to be able to afford it. Probably not next month either, because I'm still going to be paying off bills from this month. I've got Halloween Quaker, which Michelle Bendy Stitchy has been stitching, and I fell in love with. The only thing I'm going to have to change, I think, are these birds. I can't cope with them being out of line, I don't think. So I think I might have to get them more so they're sitting evenly. I just, whenever I look at it, I'm like, no, you should be in line. So yes, I have actually got some fabric on order for this one, but I'm not expecting it to arrive for at least a month. The next one I've got is Birds to the Boughs. again, Michelle Bender stitching it, and so is Coco Hamas Stitchery. I think that's right. And she's done it where she's brightened the colours, because apparently the colours they look like on here aren't representative of the Ada. When you pull it, it looks a bit more sort of drab, and I want mine to really, really stand out. So I've got that one. I've got some fabric for this one on order too, but this is the same company that I'm still waiting for the fabric that I ordered in, I say February or March. So I don't know when that one's going to come. I did have them, I think it was, I can't remember the name of the store. I think it's Cats something, but it's Cats with a Z. Might be Cat Stitching, UK based firm, but I think she's been very, very snowed under. So she is catching up, but I'm not expecting that one to come for, again, 2-3 months maybe, for her to catch up. So those are my plans for what I'm going to do, but way in the future. My plans for the rest of the month are to continue my mania stitching, and then next month when I'm away on holiday, to catch up with anything that I didn't manage to get finished this month, and need to work on the blanket for my friend, for my neighbour's baby as well, because she is coming and it is time deadline. Yeah, and I have a lot of stitching, crocheting left on it. So that's everything I think for stitching stuff. The rest is just life updates, which you can stay for if you want, and if you just want to see stitching, then I'll say bye for now, and I hope you have a good month. Life updates, everything is starting to reopen now, as in inside things are opening up again next week, which is very exciting. And I said to my son, what would you like to go and do now inside stuff's opening up again? Crazy golf. I was like, always crazy golf. You know, children are going to get obsessed with something. I was expecting it to be like Paw Patrol, Peppa Pig, football. No, crazy golf. So I've said to him we'll try and get booked in to do some inside crazy golf next week when everything opens up again, or maybe the week after. He's got play date, bless him. One of his little friends, his mum texted me and said, would you like to go for round for tea next week? I was like, oh, that's so sweet, because this is the sort of thing which he's not been able to do because of COVID. He couldn't go around someone's house. So it's really sweet. I think there's a couple of others going as well. And she's even going to pick it up from school for me. So it's like a total win-win for me. So that was really good. I have a child-free weekend this weekend. We're so excited. It's our 7th wedding anniversary. Tomorrow. 15th. That's tomorrow. So we asked his grandparents could he come and stay with them, because although you're allowed to stay over from Monday, you're allowed, if you're a single person, you're allowed to bubble with somebody else. So we've said that he could bubble with his grandma and granddad for the holiday, for this holiday, because although we've technically bubbled with my mother-in-law for COVID, we didn't actually ever see her. She never came in the house, so it's effective we haven't bubbled with anybody. But yes, I've been so excited about this weekend. I just want to sleep. I want to get up when I want to get up, and not when I'm jumped upon by a small person. So yeah, it's really good. And we've got a steak meal coming as well, which I think we have to cook it, but it's like a fancy posh restaurant, and they're sending it all out to us. And it's our 7th wedding anniversary, which was wool or copper, so I bought my husband some woolly socks. But he's supposed to be going and doing like a big walking challenge with his mother. They're going to go and walk 11 miles in September, so he needs to get training for that. So I was like, he's gonna get to use the socks. It'll be fine. He's very difficult to buy for, really. We have our house being painted at the moment. They came 2 days ago and started it. So we've had 2 days of no rain, and today was drizzly. And he turned up and he basically said, I can't paint your house while it's like this. I'll try coming back this afternoon if it's improved. He literally turned up 2 minutes before I started this video. So hopefully we're going to be able to get the house finished today, because if we don't, it basically, the weather forecast is just rain for, I think it does like 5 days ahead. It's just rain every day. So I don't know when they'll be able to come back and finish it off, because we're away on holiday soon. So you can't let them in. To get to our back garden, you've got to go through the house or through the garage. So there's no way that he can come and work on it when there isn't anybody here. So that's exciting. Yeah, our house is white. It's pebble dashed and then painted white, and it needed painting when we moved in 10 years ago. And it's just starting to go green in places. It was disgusting. So we really, really needed it, but we've just never had the money available to be able to do it. But my husband sort of got promotion when he moved to his new job, so we've got some spare money. I say sort of promotion because he's an accountant, and it wasn't a promotion, but they gave him an accountancy allowance for being fully qualified, so it was kind of like a promotion. He got more money anyway. So yeah, we've been using it on that. We've also started to have the garden looked at, because that's just a complete jungle. So we had the gardener out a couple of days ago, and he did quite a lot up the front, but there's still an awful lot more to do. We have a very big back garden, and that hasn't been looked at in a few months. And our last update, I think, is that I've joined a gym. Woo! No, I'm quite overweight, and I've got a few medical concerns that I won't get like massively into now, but I might talk about them some point in the future. I have problems with my back, basically, and I have really bad arthritis in my knee, osteoarthritis from a car accident about 14 years ago. Basically, I need a new knee, but the knee consultant needs me to wait as long as possible before I get the new knee, because they need it to last as long. Basically, they last about 20 years, and obviously, I'm kind of 37 now, so we need it to last as absolutely long as possible, because we don't want me as an 80-year-old being completely unable to function, but I'm not particularly able to function at the moment. So yeah, so basically he said that before he does it, he'd like me to lose as much weight as possible, because I'm quite overweight, because I can't move around much. So I found a specialist personal trainer who works with people with back problems and with arthritis, and she's got qualifications in it. So I've been going to her for a couple of weeks, and we're working up getting my core strength up, the strength in my glutes up, and yeah, getting strength in my legs so that I can walk more. And if I can walk more, hopefully I can start to lose some weight. And I've also made some changes to my diet, just small things at the moment, but we're kind of going in the right direction. So that's really good at the gym. Had a bit of a flare up with my sciatica after I left yesterday, so there's something that we did which my body hasn't liked, but she's very, very good about not hurting me. When I've been to the gym previously, things have hurt, and she's very much working within my capabilities, but still getting me out of breath, you know, really working my muscles. And when I leave, I tend to feel very warm and tingly and loose, and I'm not limping and so much and stuff. So it's really, really good. So hopefully it's the start of me being in a good place. But I'm going to go now, because I've had a text message from my husband, because I asked him if he could stay upstairs while I made this video, and he wants to come down and have a drink. So happy stitching, everybody. I hope you stay safe, and I will probably catch up with you after I get back from Scotland, which is sort of 2nd or 3rd week of June probably. So yes, take care, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. It is very much appreciated. And if you're new and you like what you've seen, please feel free to subscribe if you want. And I will see you all soon. Bye.